and Maynilad.
The announcement was sudden. The MWSS revokes the extension of its concession agreement with Manila Water and Maynilad.
Nung December 5 board meeting, ni-revoke po yung
So revoked na ang extension of 15 years.
ang board resolution po extending the 15
Anong-
years.
During a House hearing on good government and public accountability, MWSS Deputy Administrator Leonor Cleofa said the decision was reached last week, December 5. But it was only Wednesday morning that Maynilad and Manila Water were informed about the retraction.
We believe also that it's not proper to unilaterally revoke an agreement.
Mula pa po noong magkaroon ng original extension noong 2009 ay base po doon nga po sa approval ay ginawa na po namin yung spending plan that presumes na mababawi po ang lahat ng investment natin.
Maynilad President and CEO Mon Fernandez expressed concern over the government's move.
Definitely, it will go very high because the rationale of the extension at that time was to mitigate any spikes in tariffs or presyo ng tubig because nga ho, kailangan pong mag-invest pa ng mga water concessioners ng mas malaki.
The extension was signed in 2009, way ahead of the original agreement's expiration in 2022. It augmented the contract by 15 years to 2037. President Rodrigo Duterte had ordered Solicitor General Jose Calida and Finance Secretary Carlos Dominguez to draft a new contract favorable to the public and the government. Should the current contract be cancelled by 2022, the MWSS said new operators may come in.
Kung mawawala yung concessioners, kaya ba ng MWSS?
Napakaliit ng aming empleyado, mahigit 100 lang po. At
So hindi kaya?
sa ngayon po, kung existing resources, hindi po kaya.
The two water firms are given 3 days to respond to the MWSS board decision. For News 5, Royces Nagit, we are One News.
Malacanang has acknowledged receipt of letters from Manila Water and Maynilad stating their willingness to review the concession agreements. In a statement, Chief Legal Counsel Salvador Panelo says the President himself will read the letters before the public to show that everything being done by the government regarding the issue is legal and above board. Panelo also reiterates the President's desire to speak with the lawyers who crafted the original concession agreement. Economic managers express confidence that the water deal controversy is not likely to affect investments in the country. Socio-Economic Planning Secretary Ernesto Pernia describes the deals between the government and the water concessionaires as clearly unconstitutional. He assures the public, however, that investors will understand the government's efforts to revise the agreements. Finance Secretary Carlos Dominguez III also expresses support for government's effort for a review of the deals. Dominguez adds that he was pleased that Maynilad and Manila Water have come forward to waive the almost 11 billion pesos that they won in arbitration and review the terms of their concession agreements.
The whole point is to make it fair to the Filipino taxpayer and the user of the water.
The Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, meanwhile, expresses surprise over the MWSS decision. PCCI Chairman George Barcelon says the move was totally unexpected, especially since the two water firms have already declined the arbitration award. He warns that revocation will affect millions of customers and will ruin the plans laid out by the two concessionaires until 2037.
I'm sure with that contract that when they signed, they have already put in place in the last couple of years programs for their expansion to supply water for the general public up to 2037.
With this, Manila Water Services says it is giving up 90 million pesos in revenues in response to the President's demands. Manila says it is waiving the arbitral award that it won through the International Court of Arbitration, amounting to several billion pesos. Manila also says that it is deferring implementation of the tariff adjustment that it had earlier scheduled for January 1, 2020, pending the settlement of the issues.